Hello, I'm Charlotte from What the F, and today I'm here with Dan, who is a marketing professional at BT, and he's also the founder of Gradvance, which he helps students get jobs and he helps them with their CVs and applications. Today we're going to talk about Dan's journey through creating Gradvance. And we're also going to cover LinkedIn because I think it's a big topic at the minute and I think it can be really beneficial for graduates. So yeah, let's get started.
Hi guys, I'm Dan. So yeah, you're right. I'm the founder and sort of owner of Gradvance, and I also work for BT in marketing. So and on the BT side, I sort of look after 4 businesses in the B2B space, so business to business in different industries. So I sort of got quite a broad scope in marketing there. And I also do a lot of work with HR in terms of graduate recruitment and assessment centres, that kind of stuff. And on the diversity side as well. So sort of I'm comms lead for the Ethnic Diversity Network. So which is all about empowering sort of our racially diverse communities in BT.
Cool.
So that's what I do on the BT side. And then Gradvance is sort of what I do on the side. It's a bit of a passion project of mine to support and help young people, students, graduates, and young professionals in terms of starting their careers, and then sort of progressing and developing them from there.
So I know we've spoken a little bit about LinkedIn, and you're quite active on LinkedIn, and I'm quite newly active on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
What do you think of LinkedIn? Because I know there's very mixed opinions and thoughts on LinkedIn. So what's your opinion?
It's a weird one, isn't it? Because I think people are, I wouldn't say scared. I'd say people are a little bit anxious about using it, and maybe it is a bit of fear, like fear to put yourself out there and to be vulnerable, and comparisons of there's professionals on that network, and I'll quote that professional. There are professional. It's a professional network, but it's still a social network in the day. I think it does take bravery to get on there.
Yeah,
I'd like to hear your views on it as well, but I never really started taking LinkedIn seriously until last year, to be totally honest. But the benefits it's brought me now are immeasurable for personal brand, for networking, for Gradvance, for everything I'm doing. And I know for the fact in 5 years' time, when I look back, I'll be really glad that I put this time in now. So I'm thinking about the long game. I'm not thinking about the short term, whatever it looks like in terms of metrics. I'm thinking more about the longer term plan. I mean, I'll give you one example of the things that it's done for me. I've had an interview with a CNN award-winning journalist directly from LinkedIn. She did a post at the same time as me. I engaged with that post. We connected. Next thing you know, she's invited me on, and I'm now speaking on her podcast next week, which is in 150 countries or something.
That's
it's
crazy.
Massive. It is, and that was from one post, and I was like, this is. I've spoken with CEO of a company that I really idolized, that I, in terms of Gradvance, and where I could see it. I had a coffee chat with him for half an hour. We've got like a good relationship being built now. And from a personal perspective, personal brand wise, I mean, I looked in January and my content and in terms of posts got over 100,000 views.
That's amazing.
Which is just is massive, really, because
it's a bit mental as well, isn't it? It's a bit mental when you think about it.
Yeah, it is, and it's the right type of audience as well, which is important. Well, I think the engagement's really good on LinkedIn, and so there are a lot of benefits, and now I'm being asked by BT to deliver a talk on how to use LinkedIn properly and stuff. So from a personal brand perspective, in terms of where I'm at in my career, it makes a lot of sense to be active on LinkedIn. I'm 6 years out of university, got a lot of experience behind me. I'm doing Gradvance. So I feel like maybe I got a lot to talk about, and that's maybe why I think students and grads are a bit scared to talk on it, because they don't feel like they've got enough worthiness almost, which I really want to sort of help people drop that perspective of what LinkedIn is. I'd like to get your take on it though.
Yeah, totally relate. So obviously I graduated last year, and watched a lot of webinars and things like that. I'm like, yeah, a lot of people pushing LinkedIn. And I was like, you know what? Like, what have I got to offer on LinkedIn? How am I going to add value to these people? Like, fresh out of uni, what am I going to add? And then I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to post. I think it was October time. I was like, I'm going to post once a week. And not, I don't mean just like share a post, and I meant like fully commit to posting. So started doing it, and my first thought was like, I'm gonna run out of topics to talk about. But you just don't. Started posting, and even in that short amount of time, the opportunities and the people that I've spoken to is unbelievable. Like, I've managed to get freelance clients from it. I've spoken to, well, obviously me and you spoke on LinkedIn. This is how this happened. All these opportunities, and even just speaking to people in relevant in this marketing industry is unbelievable. How much knowledge and information you can actually get. So I have honestly found it so useful, LinkedIn.
That's incredible. That's amazing. And you're fresh out of uni as well, right? So it's
Yeah.
You're in that space now where, and you sort of taking the plunge, and that's incredible that you've actually gained like business from it, freelance
Yeah.
business. And it's not about making money, but and
No,
like
no,
you said
not at
about
all. Yeah.
it's the relationships.
Yeah,
So
that's
for
literally what it is.
me,
Yeah.
that's what it is, because I'm going to quote Kanye West here when he's on Joe Rogan's podcast, but he said
Love it.
relationships. He said relationships are a greater currency than money,
Yeah.
and I didn't know what that meant until I really thought about it and looked into it. And it's so right, because he said something about if you've got to build your garden, or your kitchen, right? You want to put a new kitchen in, and your uncle does kitchens, you're going to get that a lot cheaper. You've got a
Yeah.
good relationship with him than if you go out and pay someone else. So it's about who you know, and the same thing comes from in terms of your career and jobs, especially in the future. If you want to develop your career, it
Yeah.
is about those relationships that you've fostered, and those seeds that you've planted.
Yeah.
It's going to pay dividends for you, like in the future, for sure.
Yeah,
And it's really
definitely.
great. And I've even got stories of people that I've worked with through grad vans, because I always encourage people to network on there and see what opportunities you can get for jobs. I've had people directly get jobs through LinkedIn, through recruiters, or
Yeah.
through with hiring managers, from having conversations, from engaging with content. But what's really stood out to me is the opportunity to warm up the cold, like, job search
Yeah.
process, because you send an application online, and it goes into like this massive funnel, um, of thousands of other people, maybe hundreds of other people, into a funnel. And unless you're like a really high quality candidate and your CV like is compelling, and cover letter and everything else, but even then it might be a matter of time and stuff like that. But so your chances aren't the best. But if you say put that job into the funnel, but I've also engaged with the recruiter and the
Yeah.
hiring manager for the role on LinkedIn, I've had a conversation with them, be it through messaging, or even better, having a 10-minute coffee chat with them and asking questions, and showed interest in the role. And then they say to you, drop your name in, drop your online application through, or you drop it through, then do that.
Yeah.
The name comes through and they recognize it, and they're going to look for it. So it's like warming it up, and then and warming that entire process through. So there are massive benefits for job searching as
Yeah.
well.